Good morning, everyone. Here's your Eastern Idaho weather and planning briefing for Thursday, February 4th. We continue to watch northwest flow over the area for the next several days, at least for today. We do have some stratus and some light snow and flurries around this morning. For Friday, later tonight and tomorrow, we have winds on the increase as the system comes through. Precipitation, snow in the mountains, a little bit of rain and snow across the lower elevations. That'll be increasing for tomorrow. And then we see breezy and occasional light precipitation, mostly snow in the mountains, a little bit of rain and snow in the lower elevations if we can get it to fall in those areas. And that will continue in various strengths, I should say. Maybe a little bit of a surge here, a little bit of a surge there as we head through the weekend and into the early part of next week. You can see where our impacts will be for today, mainly in the eastern highlands, and later on this evening a little bit of increase in snow for some of the higher passes in the Sawtooth area and also up in Lemhi County, especially once you get up towards Salmon. What we're watching across the Snake Plain and the Magic Valley is we got that stratus. We got a little bit of upslope. We got a little bit of mid-level moisture moving in. I'll get that out in a second. That might feed a little bit of flurry or light snow activity at the lower elevations, especially along the interstate corridor area, 84, 86, up 15 as well. We go into tomorrow. We talked about the potential, especially in the afternoon, a little bit of rain and snow, or maybe a little bit of rain in general, depending on how warm it gets for tomorrow. It will remain breezy. We're going to have a little bit higher impacts, especially over some of the higher passes over the eastern highlands, around Island Park, the Big Hole area, maybe also into around the Victor area, also down towards the Bear River Range, the Caribou Range as well. Other areas will see some breezy conditions and a little bit of snow as well, but this is the higher impact area for Friday. Heading into Saturday, similar potential higher impacts for the southeast highlands, the eastern highlands, maybe a little better push of snow for the Sawtooths. That would be mainly over Banner Summit, maybe Galena Summit, but especially Banner Summit. Otherwise, just some breezy conditions continuing and snow in the mountains, a little bit of rain-snow mix in the valleys. We start to see things at least tapering off precipitation-wise on Sunday. Cooler air moving in, and we'll start to continue to see the potential for some light precipitation and wind. And then Monday, it actually is starting to look cooler now going into next week, at least with this run. Temperatures are not very high in terms of confidence for Monday and beyond. We're seeing some indications the cold air may completely spill over the Continental Divide. In other instances, it may not even make it down to the Idaho Falls area, but certainly get into Island Park, maybe as far south as Rexburg in those areas, but certainly not confident on how cold it's going to be once we get into the early middle part of next week. So let's take a look how things are going for today. The models are trying to pick up on that little bit of light precipitation over the Snake Plain with that stratus deck into place, and a little bit of the southeastern and eastern highlands. The models really aren't picking up on this one because it's trying to produce precipitation. When we look at this particular type of data, it's so light that if it does fall, it wouldn't even show up anyway. So just bear in mind a little bit of light snow possible across with the stratus deck across the plain. Also, a little bit of light snow in the higher elevations of the eastern and southeastern highlands for today. So we go through the day. Things taper off a little bit as we lose a little bit in the afternoon, but here comes the moisture moving in late this afternoon, moving into Lemhi County up in the Island Park area. And as you can see, we go into this evening. That moisture continues to spread south and east, and really during the overnight hours, that's when the precipitation starts to form. We'll stop here right around 5 or 6 o'clock Friday morning. We'll see the best chance of precipitation following this event in the Sawtooths, the mountains north and west of Chalice, also in the mountains along and east of I-15. The confidence level of seeing any snow along the bench areas from around Pocatello up through Idaho Falls and Rexburg, it's not very high at all because we're talking about a very tight gradient between some light snow and nothing happening for tomorrow. So just something to keep in mind. Most of this will be in the highlands, but we could see a little bit of spillover into the Snake Plain, that northwest flow upslope condition sometimes will fool us, and sometimes we do get fooled by that. We will admit that sometimes that bites us a little bit. As we go into tomorrow, you can see the precipitation really still holding over the southeast and eastern highlands. As we go into the afternoon hours, the precipitation is shifting into the eastern and southeastern corner. Lingering light precipitation elsewhere, but other than that, this round will be over as we head into tomorrow evening. And like we said, not much going on, just occasional little bouts of precipitation as we head through the weekend. You can already see by 5 a.m. Saturday that next little surge is already pushing towards the Central Mountains and coming up through the Treasure Valley as well. Let's head back to the forecast now. You just see very light snow, flurry activity, mainly over the highlands for this afternoon. The winds will continue to pick up during the day. The strongest winds across the lower Snake Plain into the Magic Valley and Treasure Valley, where some gusts will hit just above 30 miles per hour for this afternoon. Temperatures for today, we're going to be running right around freezing, a little bit above, especially once you get into Pocatello, American Falls, down towards Oakley, the Utah border, and certainly heading into the Treasure Valley, where temperatures will be pushing 40 degrees this afternoon. 20s and 30s, and mainly staying at or below freezing elsewhere. For this evening, you can see a little bit of that snow picking up in the eastern highlands, also into the central mountains. Winds mainly staying gusty across the plain, but some of our mid and upper slopes, especially in the central mountains, could see some gusts as well. And once we get a little bit of snow falling in some of those areas, a little bit of blowing and drifting is certainly possible. For tonight, increasing the potential of snowfall across the southeast highlands, the eastern highlands as well. You'll notice there's a very tight gradient, like I said, right along the interstate corridor. It would not be surprised if we're here where we are at the Pocatello Airport, we maybe get a little bit of light snow or flurry activity tonight and tomorrow, but say up on some of the benches we get an inch or maybe just a little bit more with this event. Again, confidence is not very high on that at all. It's only when we get into those eastern and southeastern highlands that we definitely are seeing an increase in confidence for snowfall and for some wind. There's those winds overnight once again. For tomorrow, the trend continues. There's that little bit better potential along the interstate corridor, but still nothing to hang your hat on completely just yet. We go into tomorrow. The winds really pick up tomorrow morning, and they will pick up tomorrow afternoon. So where we get some snow to fall, definitely some blowing and drifting conditions are expected. Temperatures for tomorrow with those winds along the 84-86 corridor, temperatures hovering right around 25 to 30 degrees, maybe right about 32 degrees in a few spots. Snow will continue, but starting to shift into the eastern highlands tomorrow, like we mentioned. But look at some of these winds, 40 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts for tomorrow. So even if it stops snowing, we got some snow on the ground, even from the last few events. Some blowing and drifting is certainly a problem as well. And temperatures for tomorrow will be warmer. Temperatures pushing into the lower 40s once you get into the Magic Valley and over into the Treasure Valley as well. 36 in Chalice, but staying cool up in the Island Park area. Temperatures in the 25 to 30 degree range in the southeast corner, right around the freezing mark. Snow tapering off tomorrow night. Winds will begin to die down, but still some gusts in excess of 30 miles an hour for sure. You see the snow continue to taper off Friday night. Winds continuing just ever so slightly weaker overnight into Saturday morning. And where it's breezy, temperatures staying at or above freezing, Burley 35 for Saturday morning, elsewhere in the teens and 20s. And the snow picking up again on Saturday. You can see the Caribou Range, the Bear River Range, maybe around Teton Pass, over east of Highway 20 in the Island Park area. Some of those places could pick up 2 to 4 inches of snow, maybe an inch or snow in the Sawtooth Mountains on Saturday. But the winds pick up once again, and quite a bit of gust potential above 35 miles per hour for Saturday. And it's going to be even warmer, pushing 45 at Jerome and Twin, and certainly warmer as you head back to the west. Staying in the 20s in the Island Park area, around freezing again in the southeast corner. And for Saturday night, the snow potential picks up, especially in the big holes of portions of the Island Park area. An inch or two in the Sawtooth, maybe an inch or so once you get up into areas west of Highway 93 in the Limhi County. Winds will continue Saturday night. Sunday, the wind, where it stays up, temperatures in a lot of places will be at or above freezing once again, but you see the snow tapering off, and mainly any accumulations, the big holes along the border with the Tetons and Yellowstone National Park. on Sunday, with the winds starting to die down just a bit, and temperatures very status quo for Sunday. And that trend with the winds weakening on Sunday night into Monday continues. You can see those winds dying down Sunday night, Monday morning, allowing temperatures to drop again, especially along the interstate corridor. Even weaker winds on Monday, but temperatures starting to fall back. And once again, it may stay on the cool side, but that northwest flow will keep the potential of at least some light snow in the central mountains and eastern highlands going well into next week. So like I said, things will continue across the area. Otherwise, everyone have a great day. If you have any questions, give us a call. Otherwise, stay safe out there, everyone.